Hello and welcome guys to a new video on my channel. I am very sorry for this video being late from the last one because the thing was I was in France. Yeah, in France. I don't yeah in France. And before I went to France last week or well, yeah, before I went to France last week, I recorded this video. What I think is after I came back from France and back to Germany, I found out that my audio was very bad, and for that reason I bought a microphone. As you can see, it's pretty good actually. And as I said, I'm very sorry for the delay. So without any further introduction, let's get into my video where I will be talking about the 8 entities of Vita Carnis. It's my favorite. Not gonna lie, this is my favorite analog horror series because it's very universal and creative, and I like it really because it's talking about a sort of mimicry analog horrors, and I like this series a lot. So without I said that, and without for the intros, oh god, let's get into the video. And here's the channel of the YouTuber, let's just say, who created this whole series. This is his channel, as you can see, Darian Quilloy. Yeah, Darian Quilloy. This is his name, and this is his channel. And the video I will be using to explain the 8 entities of Vita Carnis is this video here. But you're asking me why I am saying 8 entities even though it's only shown 7. Well, that's because the 8th one is like too mysterious, let's just say. But it's covered in this video, so let's get into it. Okay. Yeah, the video starts with a warning for us, a warning for us that this video is talking about growth, violence, death, and whatever, and they are advising us to be prepared for this video. And as shown, there are some classified materials in this video, and whatever things that are unauthorized by the company, let's just say, or by the people who made this video, a penalty of $500,000. So yeah, remember this is analog horror. I will start. Wow, I will stop saying that. Remember, this is analog horror. It's not real because analog horror is just fiction. So just remember that, guy. I will start. I will stop saying that. I will stop saying that analog horror is fiction because it's fiction and everybody knows that. We know our world. It's full of beautiful life and animals and entities. Let's just say, but in the last couple of years, let's just say, or suddenly actually, the last years, a new sort of entities or animals, let's just say, started living with us from the nowhere. They just spawned from the nowhere on planet Earth, and these entities are meat entities. Vitacanus means in Latin the living meat, or the life of the flesh. Actually, the life of the flesh, according to Google Translator. And what they mean with that is, short story short, the entities I will be covering this video are just normal entities, but without any skin. This is skin. Like almost every animal has this. But the thing is, in Vita Carnis, none of them have none of them have a skin. Vita Carnis. So now we will explore these skinless entities of Vita Carnis, and we will start. Oh, before anything, this video is made by the National Living Meat Research. So it's a company, let's just say, or research group, a study maybe, let's just say, about which yeah, a study group or a company called National Living Meat Research, and they made this video because they want to inform us about really these 8 entities, or let's just say 7 entities of Vita Carnis. And as I said, this video will have consequences or for everybody who does unauthorized things with it. So yeah, continue forwards, and yeah, here we can see here a graph that tells us that the Vita Carnis entity started to grow since 1930. So like after the Second World War and before the oh, guys, I'm very sorry. Not after the Second World War. I meant before the Second World War and after the First World War. This is the x or x graph, and it tells us the amount of years, which is, let's just say, clear. And the epsilon graph tells us the amount of the Vita Carnis entities. You can see that they skyrocketed when they began to exist or to live with us on this planet. And then let's just say, it's pretty random, skyrocketing a little bit, then more, then little bit, then little bit. Then for some reason, it's kind of little, let's just say, decreased a little bit. And then skyrocketed again. And yeah, and the first one we are willing to start with. Okay, what things we need to know, guys, or let's just say a little bit of information you will be needing for this video, are what they also know, or what the living meat, national living meat, I think, research, natural living meat research. I think it was called, a research group. What they know is that they are made of muscles, organs, and bones, just like us humans and any other animals. But the thing is, they don't have any skin. They greatly resemble ma- mammals without skin or raw meat. Or then when you understand the skin part and the raw meat, okay, which means the meat is, let's just say, kinda cooked, I guess, or unedified. They consume organic material, mainly flesh of other animals, non-carnivores. So they don't eat each other. So let's just say there are a group of people who don't eat each other, just like humans. They don't eat each other. Or the most part of humans who don't eat each other. I think this video will get demonetized, even though I am starting new. So I think it really doesn't affect anything. And the Carnis entities develop from crawl populated areas. Yeah, areas. What is the crawl? The crawl is the first entity I will be explaining this video, and the crawl is just, let's just say, we all know plants. We know are no plants, trees, flowers, grass. All of these things are, let's just say, plants. And the crawl is a plant, but of course without the skin. It's mainly made of muscles. It's made of meat. It's made of meat. They are not really. The thing is, what's really kind of surprising about them is that they work like photosynthesis, from photosynthesis, where they absorb um, carbon dioxide and sunlight and turn it into energy and oxygen for us to breathe and for them to get energy, which is called in biology, yes, called autotroph. Or this is in German autotroph, but I think it's English also autotroph. Autotroph, I think. Yeah, and we humans and animals who need to eat from other things, they don't get their energy from themselves. We are called homotrophic, yes, homotrophic and autotrophic, yes. The crow is autotrophic like any other planet, not plant. And we humans are like any other animal, homotrophic. And the crow is just made of meat and muscles without a skin, so which is really kind of weird because we don't really know any other plant on any other plants on Earth that are made of meat and work like photosynthesis. And we can see they are like the let me research this word. Rods. They are just formed. Okay, they are formed like rods, and we can see that they formed like rods. Yeah, there are rods. Let's just say that develop like everywhere. We know the rods of trees from which spreads which spread under the earth. Yeah, and in the ground. Yeah, and let's just say the crawl is the second most important entity of Vita Carnis, and the reason for that is that they are the ones who give birth to all other entities except with the eighth one, with the eighth entity. And what I mean with they give birth to all the other entities is that they literally just give birth, and their look, guys, here. Do you see on the edges or on the ends or in the ends of the rods of the crawl? There will balls, literally balls, will be evolving themselves, and from these balls, the other entities come out, like the Grimming, the host of influence, the harvester, the mimic, and so yeah, we don't know where the spawn point of the Vita Carnis entities come from, but we don't know where the crawl came from. Like, okay, we know now that the mimics, the Grimming, the host of influence, and harvester come from the crawl, but we don't know where does the crawl come from. It can't just really spawn from the nowhere. Yeah, let's just continue that. And the thing is, they can develop, or the crows can be everywhere. They can live with all life conditions: cold, hot, normal, subsorbing, too much water, too low water, high temperatures, negative temperatures. They can live everywhere, or most likely everywhere. These are here a couple of pictures of the crows being like on stones, on houses, on trees, in the woods, in cities, and so, which proves my point of that they live like almost everywhere. And as I said, they use the solar energy and carbon dioxide to get their energy and nutrients. Nutrients, yeah. So they live through it, and for that reason, this is also another point which proves why they live everywhere. And the crow, surprisingly, has built its way into the ecosystem, like the poop or the dead bodies of the big predators, they will get the nutrients from these predators. And then when these squirrels die out or something, the other plants will take the nutrients from these out diet or let's just say outdated squirrels. And then little predators or animals like as if here we have a picture a bunny eats plants, then a big predator like a wolf eats it. It's a little bunny, and then it dies, and then we got a circle. So they are kind of really important, or they started being important towards nature and the ecosystem of animals and plants. Oh yeah, these are just nutrients.
which greatly increases crop yield and quality.
Yeah. And actually, because the crow has a lot of nutrients, because they are like they live everywhere and they got the energy from the sun, which shows all day, every day on the earth. They increase the amount of plants and soil, which means they improve the ecosystem as a nature or the amount of nature or of plants, let's just say. Well, and also you could eat the crow. It's not a problem if you eat it, but because it has a pretty unnormal taste and appearance, like look at that. I don't think anyone will be eating that straight out, so it's just better for you to cook it or just to not even eat it out. But you can eat it, so just not really that big of a thing.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it. Just
That we have been studying.
Okay, right. This here is let's just say a graph, kinda. As a crawl is the big one, and it evolves the rest of the entities. You can see there are seven in one, but actually in the future, in the next videos, I will be making people understand that the eighth entity of Vita Carnis is actually the one who caused all of them to exist. Or let's just say it's the one who caused the cross to exist, and then the cross caused the existence of the other entities. Yeah. And yeah, we can see these balls. From these balls, the entities of Vita Carnis come, yeah, come out. Let's just say like as they get, yeah, come to life. And the first one is trimming. The trimming is a small a small half a ball entity, which pretty, let's just say, sharp hand, but it's not dangerous towards humans, and it has, let's just say, a ugly face. The eyes are not too closed, and the eyes are not too opened. The eyes in the middle, around so. But I can see you. And actually, they have, let's just say, an ugly face. I can't remember if I said it or not. Sorry for being that of Alzheimer having. And it has six uh six legs. Let's just say. Okay, let's just say six legs. Three on one side and three on the other side. And actually, okay, I can't read what it is, but something about 77%. And also the Grimmings, they are not they all of them don't look the same. They are, let's just say, different species of them. The genetics are different from each other, but they work the same thing, and they are they look a lot alike each other, but not identical. Mm, well, I said, and here's what proves my point. There could be ones who are normal, who's three, six legs. There could be also ones with 12 legs, and there could be one with even oh oh I forgot the name of that. Okay, let's just say there are ones with more eyes, less legs or more legs actually, and spikes of the body, and this thing I forgot what's the name. I think.
Characteristics, tissue, and its centimeters in length.
Okay, the length could be the average length is about 20 centimeters, or for you Americans, 7.8 inches. And they actually eat from leftover food. So if you have one of them as a pet, you could use it as a trash can to give him your leftover food and so. Because this is their source of food, trash, and for that reason they are harmless to humans. You could actually pet them. I will be honest with you. I would actually have a Grimming as a pet. I think it's probably my parents wouldn't like him that much because of his ugly appearance. I found him kind of cute. So tell me in the comments if you would pet the Grimming. And this is all the things that they eat: fruits, vegetables, roots, like roots of any other plants, not the roots of their own crawl, because as I said before, the entities of Vita Carnis, they don't eat each other's seeds, insects, and dead animals. Probably small dead animals like rats and so, not predators like wolves or dogs or horses. Horses? Yeah, horses or deers. Alright.
of its lack of defensive traits. It lies near the bottom of the food
Okay, they're actually in the ecosystem. They are just in the under the ground. They are not. They are not at the same level of bunnies. Though. They are under the level of the bunnies. They are the ones who get predated on. They are the prey of everyone, and they are the predators of nothing, except for trash and dead animals. Well, and insects. And for that reason, they are decreasing.
naturally.
They are decreasing. The amount of them are decreasing by the time, but we doesn't know how much of what time.
Its population would eventually die out. But this is not the case.
Yeah. And the reason why the Grimmings don't die out because the crows all the time they are producing them. Grimmings are the most produced animals after crows. Okay, they are the most produced animals of the or entities of the Vita Carnis series. So that's why they don't die out because there is a lot of them. Yeah, or there are a lot of them. We can see Grimmings eating from a trash can in the late night, so they mostly eat in the night. They mostly also live in.
Besides all of this, some people
You can see it, a Grimming being a pet of somebody, and we can see how helpless they are and how they are ugly looking.
the meat snake. The meat snake.
Okay, we finished. So okay, the Grimming we this was the Grimming. Now we are coming to the second entity, being the meat snake. The meat snake, which also called the Mutari Carnis, is a snake made of meat, muscles, and bones. Oh, no, snakes are not made of bones. I don't know. Don't get worried about the meat snake because the meat snake actually eats from one thing or from these things, dead body animals. So they won't eat you, even if they could, even if they were big enough to eat your whole family at once. Don't worry, they won't eat you. They eat only dead animal bodies or dead bodies, let's just say. And the way they work is they just eat the animals they find, or the dead animal they find, and they use the nutrients of this animal to grow up. We can see here how small they are. This is a newborn meat snake, and this is a coin. Time where snakes or meat snakes live the most is in natural disasters, plagues, and wars. And these three or more conditions actually, they are like overall, and there are many of them. They're really big because there's a lot of dead bodies to eat from. So actually, there's another story I want to tell you guys. Here is a proof that they only eat dead bodies and not real alive animals. Is this is how their mouth is made. If they want to eat, they kind of split the under the jaw in two pieces, kind of, and eat up the dead animal's body.
Catch particles of decaying meat, notifying the meat snake that there is food nearby.
Ah, um, I think they are blind.
Using a tongue-like organ covered in sensors to touch and feel its environment. The sensors catch
Ah, actually, we can see they have a big tongue, and this tongue has a lot of particles which they spread around them, and these particles, let's just say, alert the meat snake of its environment or the dead bodies or animals around it, so it knows if there is food near her or not.
meat snake's name. Once it locates the corpse, the meat snake will open its jaw and swallow the entire body whole. Once the entire body is consumed, the meat snake's stomach will release a variety of chemicals. Some will break down soft tissue like skin and the connection points between muscles. Others chemicals will then ferment and preserve the tissue to keep it from breaking down for as long as possible. After that, the remaining flesh and bones will move along the meat snake's tract and slowly be implemented into its own structure, extending the meat snake.
Okay, now we watch exactly how they grow and eat. They eat up the whole dead body. The acids in its body or the chemicals in its body will break down some of the dead animal's body, and the rest will be used to grow it up. It will be used to grow it up, and the skull of this animal that the meat snake ate will become the skull of the meat snake, or let's just say it will become the shape of the meat snake's head. So if it ate a deer, its head will become like a deer. If it ate a dog, its head will become like a dog, or structured like a dog's head. So yeah, this is how the head does a transition, and also things like hair, nails, and so they just get rid of it by pooping it out. This is a picture of how they look. One is say ate a nashorn or a bull. I don't a nashorn. It's in German. This is how they eat a monkey or human. Let's just say. And oh yeah, the meat snake. They are immune to bacteria, viruses, and any disease. and they don't have any predators. Let's just say they are the big predators because of the chemicals that they have in their bodies to help them getting to beat up the bacteria, and because of their size against predators. Comparison to other predators, they may get eaten up by, let's just say, a grizzly bear before they grow up to be bigger than a grizzly bear. But probably the chemicals in their body will make sure that the grizzly bear won't taste the, or will make sure that the grizzly bear won't like the taste of these meat snakes.
Interestingly, the meat snake is the only member of the Carnis family that is able to reproduce. When a
Oh,
meat snake reaches an
this is another interesting fact. They are the only ones who reproduce themselves by just reproducing themselves. They are the only ones in the Vita Carnis family who reproduce themselves. If they get too big, they will just one meat snake will become into two, like a bacteria. A bacteria splits itself every 30 minutes. A meat snake splits itself every time it gets too big, or it's big enough to be too big. Meat
excessive
snakes.
size and is in the conditions, two meat snakes will go on
Yeah.
their separate ways and live on as two distinct organisms.
No, we know that.
It's not too hot, not
Okay, like it seems to us that they don't live everywhere. They live in the perfect temperature or places. Not too hot, not too cold. Like the Amazonas, not in the Sahara desert because it's too hot, not in North Russia and so or in Greenland or North Canada because it's too cold. Just in the perfect places. Why not here? Because okay, I don't know what's exactly here to be afraid of, I guess. The what was it? Mm. The mountains, the big mountains. Okay, I don't know why it is here exactly, but yeah. For some reason, there's a lot of them on this place in Canada. Why that? We will know that later.
snake's body disinfects the carrion, preventing the spread of disease.
Mm. Also, we know that they have chemicals to prevent diseases from spreading. So maybe actually, researchers of this company, National Living Meat Research Facility or something. Okay, facility. We know it's a facility. Research group. They could probably take out the chemicals of this meat snake and use them to find a solution for all of diseases to not to keep all humans safe. So like what? And you could also use them. You could also use meat snakes as a trash can for dead body animals. Like they're mostly used in butchers, where they butch the dead animals, in road kill disposal, and in war body disposal if there are a lot of dead bodies in the war or something. Yeah.
Is within consuming a meal. This means they are very easy to tame. Overall, meat snakes are a marvelous creature with a very interesting whiz, the mimic. The mimic.
And now we are finished with the harmless animals. Now we are coming to the dangerous animals. The first one is mimic. Trochidamon. What? Trochidan. Trochid. Yeah, mimic. Like I said, I don't care. The mimic. The mimic. It's from its name. It mimics. Well, what does it mimics? Humans. Why does it mimic humans? Because its only source of food is humans. Yeah, this is a short explanation of its names and what they do. The mimic is a human-like creature with big hands, ugly face, or scary ugly face. To be honest, very silly body, made of meat without skin, and differently built. Or yeah, as their legs are built different. Their whole body is built different than human bodies. And yeah, the mimic. Let us say it was a mimic. The mimic is very big, very big. We can see it. It's bigger than the average human. Its hands are scary shaped. We can see its hands. I don't know if these are even hands. These are more like torturing nails. And their head is made of big, goofy eyes and a mouth big enough to eat up my whole head at once. With a strong jawline and a sharp jawline. A strong, sharp jawline. The stomach is a hole. Well,
Bulging, empty eyes, and their most prominent feature, a wide, teeth-filled smile. Although it resembles a happy face, this is due to coincidence, and is only how their facial structure is shaped. Due to wide, longer limbs, bulging, empty eyes, and their most
Okay. There are ways you could possibly find out that the thing you are watching is, or the thing that you notice is a mimic, is by finding out it has very extended fingers, long limbs, and bulging eyes. And the most important thing is goofy ass scary smile, as he said. It's not a coincidence that they are happy, it's just the way their mouth is shaped. But they are happy, but they are of course happy to eat you. So yeah, buddy, next time you see that, make sure to get as far away from it without it noticing you.
mimic's diet is comprised entirely of human flesh. Because of this, they are found solely around human.
So as he said, they are mostly found around humans. As I said before, so because I know that. For that reason, they are barely in the places where almost no humans are. Russia, Greenland, North Canada. But for some reason also in this Iceland. Why? Later. Japan, China, or East China at least. India, Europe, kind of USA, and Indonesia. That's the reason why there are a lot over there. When they are born, this is the shape. More like, they look more kind of like Zagreming, but more like human-like. This is a picture of one of them. Also goofy are looking. I will still have a Gremlin instead of the whatever that thing is. I don't want to get eaten up by that later. And they have three phases. The young phase. In the young phase, they are usually they attack small entities. Yeah, small prey. They are the predators of prey smaller than them, or of animals smaller than them. They use the element of surprise to eat these animals. But then when they grow up, they become the adult phase. And this is the adult phase. We can see how big they are. This is a picture of somebody who escaped a mimic inside of his house. I was photographed by somebody called CNC Guy. I really think somebody out there in the world, his legal name is CNC Guy. Yeah, sure, buddy. And we can see it's big. It's even bigger than the door because they're big. And the thing is, they search for one person. The things they want about this person is he lives alone. He lives alone. He goes in places where nobody will notice him, let's just say. And places maybe also if they found somebody who lives in the woods. So this person will be their prey. So will be watching this person. So we'll be always watching this person to know when he's, for example, gets back from school or from work. What is his daily routine? Where does he go and so? And all undercover. Yeah. In the end, after it gets enough information about its prey, about its human, it depends how they wanna attack their prey. They will definitely go in his house while he's outside, and they will use things as mannequins, beds, you know what's that in the background there, to hide there. Also sofas and so to hide in these things or as these things, to then attack its prey. How they attack its prey? Probably was the prey is sleeping. Yeah, here you can see that.
The mimic will then execute and immediately begin consumption. Once the mimic has had its fill, it will leave the scene, a fair distance away from the human population, and begin to digest its meal.
If you know so how it eats its prey, it's eats enough until it gets full, then it will go into the woods or anywhere far away from the town or city, and it will eat or digest its meal. Here, this picture we can see a mimic standing, or a stationary mimic found outside of town, presumably digesting last night's meal. Photographs by Spite of Artemis. I think this is a group.
Although, in the case that a human is awake, a mimic will use a variety of sounds to either lure or...
Guys, did you hear this knocking sound? I heard it in my right ear now. These are the KZ Sega IEMs, and they're used to help you hear perfectly your surroundings while gaming and so. And I heard it literally. I literally thought somebody was at the door because my room has a door at there, and it's closed. And yeah, when its prey for some reason awake, it will use sounds to scare the shit out of its prey and to make it get cornered. Why get it cornered? Because every single prey, when it gets cornered, it's probably cooked. Short story told, it's probably cooked the prey if it's got cornered.
Startled prey into target. The human is in place. It will swiftly attack and kill the helpless target.
And the prey will probably get helpless. Now you now we will watch a video, or they will show us a video of a woman being a prey of a mimic, but she managed to escape him and to lock herself in her closet or in her locker. So let's see what will happen. Moment, as you felt it, you were next to her, or if you were the prey itself.
The next stage of the mimic's life cycle has two potential morphs it may develop into.
Well, here comes the third stage of the life of a mimic, which actually split into two phases, sub phases. As well, the third phase will get split into two sub phases. It depends actually on what. If the mimic gets enough, or if the mimic eats enough humans, it will become more like human. It will start to grow hair, skin. It will kind of, let's just say, a little bit decrease in size. It will start wearing um, clothes to literally become like a human being. To making it almost impossible to literally catch them. But the thing is, we know how to spot them. Extended fingers, long limbs, goofy are looking eyes, and goofy are okay. I was okay, and okay, I was stop saying goofy and ugly smile or ugly structured smile.
Identical to a human being. It now can blend entirely
We can see here humans, and we know that the middle one is mimic because yeah, easy. Why not?
into civilization and lure other humans more effectively. The second type of morph happens.
And the bigger, or the let's just say the second subphase of mimic is when it's got a lot of humans being to eat, or it has eaten a lot of human beings. In this scenario, it will become an elder mimic. What did you expect? Super mimic or elder mimic? And an elder mimic, its skins will become darker, black, and why it gets dark is because it got stronger and bigger and more efficient or effective against, for example, against bullets. Literally, its skin will become efficient against bullets. And the why it gets dark, its skin, because it makes it harder to get spotted in the dark. Dark body in the dark means almost impossible to get caught. And yeah, nothing actually has changed except that its teeth will be not in its mouth, more like in its throat. You can see it to leave us with a pink face which is smiling at us. Um, the and it pinks its pink face. It's actually its weakness or weak point. 112 gauge shotgun pump headshot is enough to make you get rid of one of them. Now buckshot. 12 gauge buckshot is the best for you to get rid of them. Yeah. What do you say to this happy boy?
Mimic one of the most efficient predators on the planet.
And its skins and its elder mimic. An elder mimic is the most efficient predator on predators. Yeah. Thanks, buddy, for saying things they want to say.
Because of the obvious threat this poses on humanity, nations around the world have released instructions on how to be able to fend for yourself in a mimic encounter.
Oh, so for some reason, okay, at least the reason for the mimics being dangerous, countries around the world decided to make sanctions on how to defend yourself against them. And I want to also watch this defending video with you guys.
Here are the instructions.
1. Avoid going out alone if your location is known to have mimics, or there have been mimic sightings. 2. If you encounter a stationary mimic, seemingly unfazed by your presence, quietly leave the location and alert your local authorities. 3. If pursued by a mimic, get yourself into a position where you are able to flee. Mimics will rarely attack if a person has a clear escape route. 4. In the event that you have been cornered by a mimic, roll into the fetal position, protecting your neck, face, and vital organs from attack. Make as much noise as you can to alert any other people. 5. If you have a weapon, do not use it. A mimic is fairly resilient, and any strikes or shots on a mimic is not effective enough to bring it down in time. Instead, use it as a barrier between you and the mimic to block any attacks. 6. In a situation where a mimic is hunting in the immediate area, and is...
Okay. I actually found number 3 the most interesting one. I remember the number, I forgot the information. But I know the information actually, so you know now what you gotta do when you encounter a mimic. So let's get to the fourth entity of 1, 2, 3. No, to the fifth entity of Vita Carnis, and it's a harvester. I ain't trying to read these Latin names. The harvester is a plant. Oh yeah, we're back to plants, but it's a dangerous plant. So hell no. Okay, the harvester is, as we can see, a blob, kinda like a blob entity with a lot of rods. Let's just say rods which gets into the earth. These rods can be as long as 150 meters, and these rods continue two poisons. The first poison is a neuron poison, which actually just deactivates or paralyzes your neurons, which makes your body become paralyzed and you can't move anymore because your neuron system doesn't send any more messages to your brain or to the muscles to move. And the second one is a poison which kills you. Yeah, that is it. And because of this, I found the harvester, in my opinion, the worst. Yeah, that is the worst entity to die of, because the death will be long. I know a mimic will be also dangerous and very deadly, but not for that long. If I'm getting to decide how to die, I will choose anything other from a harvest. I will choose an elder mimic because it will kill me like almost immediately. I won't feel the pain after 5 seconds the mostly. The harvest, I will feel it for minutes, if not hours, maybe actually. Okay, my neural system is not active anymore, so I can't actually feel. I don't know, guys. But yeah, I think it was a harvest is the worst place to die. Or the worst thing to die to. Yeah, as I said, its things can be long as 150 meters. Yes, the rods. There are rods. Let's just say above the ground, or kind above the ground and in the ground, and there are other rods under the ground, and these rods are the ones which gives the harvester its poison to take it. And not as its nutrients to take from the dead body.
150 one node.
As I said, it comes out from the gravel, and it supports the gravel. It's mostly next to corals, and it gives corals the nutrients they need to live. So it's more like a teamwork between them two. One gives birth to the other, and then in return, the harvester gives to the corals the nutrients it needs. This is a picture of the routes which are above and into the ground. And as I said, there are two poisons. One is a paralysis, the other is a killer.
The other side can inject an anticoagulant, which when injected, prevents blood cells from clotting.
Oh, so we know when we start bleeding out, our blood tries to clot, so we don't bleed anymore. We'll be bleeding, but until it's clot, it will stop bleeding then. But the thing is, the second poison will make sure this doesn't happen. So you will bleed out all of your blood until you die, because we know blood sends oxygen to the brain and the body and the energy. But when we don't have any blood, we will die. and this is how we will die. You will die to the small amount of blood in your body. You can't do anything about it because your body is paralyzed. Okay, it doesn't only kill humans; it does also kill big prey. So let's just say a deer got into its roots. It will be paralyzed. It will fall to the ground. It will bleed out, and then the rat from the underground will take the blood. The syrup. These little small rats will take the blood. Then it will take the dead body after even drinking the blood, and it will then decompose it or break it down. And then what will it do?
The nourishment absorbed by the tendrils will be sucked back into the main bulb of the harvester.
Hmm.
This bulb houses all the vital organs and the venom glands.
As I said, this blob or bulb, let's just say as he said, here is everything: blood, nutrients, venom, poison, neuron venom, blood venom, and so on. Everything is here. This is a motherboard. These smart harvesters. So and you guys probably are thinking, or you notice that these harvesters, not only these harvesters, they are kind of smart. They mimic and so and the meat snakes, they are kind of all smart. And why I'm telling that, because the harvester, it will use the sum of the nutrients it gets to put it into the earth and make sure plants grows. So make sure other plants grows. So also other predators predators come here to eat from these plants, and then it will become these predators will also be the prey of this harvester. It's a very smart thing actually from the harvester. Congrats for him, or shout out for him for doing, or for them, the harvesters, for being so smart. But we don't want them to be smart. We don't want to die. But since it's fake, so we don't care.
A strange behavior the harvester displays as its choice of diet.
A harvester uses its feelings. If it feels that there's something different or strange around it, it will attack the thing. So let's just say if you throw a heavy stone into the area or into the rods of the harvester, so its rods will spike out, thinking it's a predator, because a big predator. And the thing is, why this is, they don't attack small predators like bunnies and so, because there are a lot of theories about this, but a logical reason or theory is that the amount of nutrients or energy the harvester will get from this bunny will not recover the amount of energy it used to digest this one, so it just leaves it around, and it also uses it as a trap for other predators to come. It will attack the big predator, but it will leave the little prey. So it's more like a business, a known business. The harvester knows the business, and the bunny, for example, the bunny doesn't know the business, but it's surely happy because of this business. The bunny won't die, and it will get these fruits or these plants around the harvester. For that thing, the harvester will protect it from bigger
The spines
things. Or it will let it get eaten by the predator and then eating it up, the big predator.
will only activate on larger animals,
As I
allowing
said.
smaller ones to pass by unaffected. The spines will also not activate on some species of bird. There are a couple theories as to why this happens. One, it could be that attacking smaller animals would cost too.
Yes, they are poisonous and very deadly.
The harvester is decently rare, only populating sparse areas in the northern hemisphere.
But here are some good news. They are rare, as he said. Yeah, America, Canada, Europe, and so on, not in Africa. So, but also again here. They are also again here in this island. We will know that later.
100 warnings or signs say
And because they are deadly against humans, there are also a lot of signs about it. Even though authorities are only signs about harvesters for some reason. Wait, what? Let me get it straight again.
there is no cure, and fatality is 100% positive. The best thing you can do is avoid encountering a harvester in the first place. If you are hiking, take note of any warnings or signs.
There are warning signs about these harvesters, but the thing is there are warning signs about them. Why doesn't the authorities just get rid of them? Like, why you could just make sure it dies out of food, or you just destroy it. Like, you shoot it at it from the plane or from far away, or like 150 meters isn't that much of a lens. You could still be able to see it. You could just snipe it to destroy it or something, and wait afterward to get rid of it. But so it's not really clear why there are signs warning you about harvesters, but the authorities are not doing anything to get rid of them in the first place, which is even a better idea than just, yeah, there's a harvester. If you are in a radius about of 150 meters on it, you're cooked. Like, dude, thanks for information. Wow, there. Yeah, get away from places that are for some reason or strangely very popular or populated by plants, because this may trap from the harvester itself. And if you found out that you are in the trap or in the radius of a harvester, do this or don't do this.
Do not panic. Sudden movements may activate the tendrils and will inject you. Although a harvester is rather forgiving, do not risk any skittish movements. Remain calm.
Okay, do not panic, my friend. And if you, let's just say, you have a backpack, because you're hiking, which is probably the case, use this to throw it at the harvester or somewhere away from you, because this will activate its spikes or its rods, and then move calmly away, not fast, calmly away. If you have then a heavy jacket on, throw it also away. These things will kind of like make the harvester mysterious and asking questions. What? Not no predators? Huh? What's that? Uh-huh. And this will give you enough time to get out of the radius calmly without getting cuffed by the harvester.
If you have any objects with considerable heft, like
Like, yeah, as I said, jackets
coats,
and
backpacks,
backpacks.
or full water bottles,
Oh, and water bottles, which is like this when it's full was surely more than 1 kilo, which is okay. If it's made of iron, it will be even better, which is also almost the case when you go out. So yeah, at least 2 kilo or something will it will be properly. So yeah, use it to activate the bad
gently
body.
take that object and light slowly
Mm.
meal. Influence, more commonly referred to as
Okay, now we come to the sixth entity, or to the sixth entity which comes out from the harvester, from the crowd. This thing is called the host of influence. Imperium Carnis. Why did I say this name? Because it's easy. Imperium Carnis. Everybody could say that. Or everybody who's capable of saying it could say that without a problem. The host of influence looks like looks badass. Not gonna. It's kind of look badass, and the name is also badass. Host of influence. Imperium Carnis. These names are, in my opinion, badass. So
fused with a host, a harborer of parasites or disease. The host is a semi-humanoid looking organism.
okay. It's a humanoid looking entity. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it kind of looks like a human. It's like it's have a crumpy body, and for some reason it have rods, and the reason for that is it's actually like a plant or like the harvester. It's placed into the earth. And it's barely moves away. There are some times where the harvester, let's just say, immigrates itself from a place to another, maybe because to lack of what was it called? The maybe because of the lack of nutrients it gets, so it migrates itself to places where there is more humans to eat. And yes, they feed off from humans. So this is another deity eating from humans, like the milk. Uh, a lot of humans. And the thing is, they have spikes, and these spikes, let's just say, I want to say, these spikes. What was it called? These spikes spread particles. These particles are used to infect humans, and these particles, when they infect the human or the human body, it will take over its mind after a couple of hours. There are symptoms where you will know if this person or if you are starting to get controlled by the host of influence throughout these particles. And you don't want it to be controlled by the host of influence, because you yourself will, after a couple of hours, you will go to the host of influence. Literally, you will go to him by yourself. You will lay down. Okay, not lay down. You will stand in front of him, and you will open up your body, and he will eat you. Use a prey. You the prey went all by yourself to the predator. This is what happens with the host of influence. He will control your mind, for, right, where the end. He will be controlling your mind, taking you to him so he could eat you. It's not clear if you will feel anything of that or if you will be conscious of your actions, but it's better to not know that. Or it's better. No, it's better. Oh, it's better for us to be not consciousness about it. Nobody wants to see himself going to his predator, getting eaten up by him, alive or life, being able to do nothing. Host on influence and and him, or what is he called? House of as a harvester are literally one of the most worst ways to die from. I think the whole House of will kind of most likely directly kill you, and like you won't feel the pain for that much long. So I would say the harvest is the worst possible way to die in the Vita Carnis world. Yeah. Uh, luckily, if you were way enough, like around from the harvester, that it would take you more than 63 hours to get to him, then you won't die. The reason for that is because after 63 hours, 63, no, after, sorry, after 36 hours, you will get back to your normal self. You will be back and you will know everything is over. And, oh, actually, I remember that. Sadly, you will be conscious. Not completely, but you will be conscious when your body is taken over. So, okay, it's the same thing with the harvester, I think, I guess. But, okay. And where are I? Where are I? Yeah. And after 5 or 6 hours, he will start taking over your body. So you encountered a harvester on your last day, a harvester, not on influence on your last day in a search country, and then you fly it all the way to another country, away enough that you will get back to normal. Actually, the newest video, the newest video of Vita Carnis now is actually something about what really happens with the host of influence when it takes over the body of the same human over and over. And the results are very scary actually. So I am happy to make this video, and I don't know how long.
It has the structure of a head, torso, gills that burrow into the.
Yeah. Also, by the way, its throat, or no, its mouth is actually not in its head. It has this like blank, no eyes, no mouth, no nose, no ears, nothing. Its mouth is actually here, around here. Here, its mouth. Here's a picture of a harvester standing somewhere in a snowy place. This is another. Oh god, what is this face? They don't have faces, bro. Yeah, they don't have faces. Mouth slight blends into neck muscles. Yeah, here it's muscle. It's around it. Here it opens up. It eats you, and it has extended fingers, legs, and mimic here. Yeah, biohazard particles. And actually, wow, they are very rare. They are only like in the North American continent, and for other some reasons they are in this. This is a Victoria Island. Yeah, this is a Victoria Island, I guess. Wait, give me a minute. Canada. Body Virus Island. Oh, where's the island, dude? Where's this island? No. Wait, no way. No way. No way. Guys, I can't believe that. I actually myself. Guys, I actually myself thought really this island really existed. It's fake. No. No, that can't be true. That shit can't be true. Oh god. Oh. North America. Oh god. Oh god. Guys, this island is fake. I thought it's real. Oh my god, I'm actually very good in geography, but I didn't really. Oh, this is how real. This is why I like this. This is another reason why I like Vita Carnis. I thought this island is actually real. I thought that this island is actually real. Wow.
in North America.
I am surprised. I am totally surprised. The symptoms of being controlled by a house of influence is restlessness, movements, numbness, lack of coordination. Yeah. And then
Or
the control
someone you
phase.
know show these symptoms, contact poison control or emergency services. After a total of 6 to 7 hours after infection, the organism will cease all activities they were previously doing and begin to walk. The direction
This video, what I heard, was a video of somebody controlled by a house of influence. We now see how he was walking toward. Okay, they didn't show us that he was actually going towards a house of influence, but for sure we know that he is going to him. Then
consume them and discard the leftover scraps. However, if an infected organism doesn't reach the host within a 36-hour span or is treated for their infection, the effects will wear off and return back to normal.
yeah, actually the things what to say. They are cursed or kind of as we saw, they are kind of cursed or painkillers or something that helps us against the poison or against the particles of the host of influence. So you don't need to be away from him without 36 hours. Well, within 36 hours, all you need is whatever cure or something they have or treatment they have for you to get back to normal as fast as possible. Literally, these two photos are the only photos we have of host of influence. Actually, they both are the same. I think. Yeah, they both the same gamer. Now here we come.
The monoliths.
Now we come to the monoliths. I know, guys, you probably saw these short pictures that they showed us or something. These pictures are a small little story about the law of Vita Carnis. I'll be explaining in another video. We come to the seventh entity of Vita Carnis, the monoliths. The monoliths, or Solium Carnis, kind of easy, is a 120-meter long, I said, long entity with a lot of straps, let's just say as hands, and triangle head with a circle hole in it. The legs are made of very long muscles, and big and long muscles, because they're 120 meters long. And there are only 7 of them, and the place where they are is in this island I told you guys about, which I thought was real, but it's actually fake. Oh, I'm still till now shocked. And they are actually inactive. They are not doing anything. There are 7 of them in a circle. They're actually within a circle of around 1.5 kilometers. The circle, yeah, this circle has a. Okay, I don't know. It was a radius or from the one side to the other side, 1.5 kilometers. And now you know what?
Of 1972, in the area of
They are not saying the area, but we saw it's lightning. The Iceland is lightning, so it's red.
there are only 7 monoliths, all of them located in a circular position, 1.5 kilometers in
Yeah, 1.5 kilometers, or for you Americans, almost 1 mile, or 0.93 miles.
diameter. This ring of monoliths surround
Yeah, they are not telling us a coordinate as a location of where they are actually exactly on this island, because it's kind of big, this island. But we'll find out in other videos, or let's just say in another video. It's in one video actually. So these are the legs. This is a picture of the legs of one of the monoliths. They're actually inactive. They don't do anything. Monoliths. And actually, but there was one time where they were active, but they didn't tell us when this one time was. And in this one time, they were destructive. They destroyed almost everything around them. Even the military couldn't do anything against them. The Canadian military couldn't do anything against them, because the weapons they used against them were useless. They shot a couple of rockets into one of its legs or hands, I think it was. It's almost directly the hole it was in its legs. Yeah, I think it was in its leg. Recovered directly, like it didn't even get damaged, and they sent EMP electromagnetic pulse to distract electronic devices like tanks, radios, and so, to make it even harder to defend them. Yes, and these hands or long roads, I would say just roads, strips, long strips. These long strips were enough to destroy everything around the monolith, actually. But then they got inactive again, and then the Canadian army or the Canadian government just put warning signs, and I forgot what let's just say walls. You know, the Berlin Wall. They put, let's say, fences. They put fences around this 1.5 kilometers circle.
All let's do is simply stand and do nothing. The team completely last, completely knocking the although damaged.
There was a video that was recorded of the active monolith, as we could see.
It regenerated at great speed and resumed its stance unscathed.
It was its leg, yeah, as I said, it was its leg. And there is a government put fences around the place where they made everything inside this 1.5 kilometers. A lost place. They evacuated this place. Oh, this is what we saw. And then the last entity, wait.
And finally, the last creature on this list is
This thing, this blue or red circle. Whatever this red circle is actually, it's actually in this place. And the crow is actually here. I'll explain that in another video. I wanted also to I only wanted to explain the law as the law. I will be explaining the law, but I wanted this video is only for the creatures, not for the entities. For the entities, not for the law only. This video is only for the entities, not for the law, or kind of a little bit for the law. The singularity.
luminous colors within its orb comprised of. The singularity is an orb comprised of a dark-colored mineral with hints of luminous colors within its core. The singularity is estimated to be 1 meter in diameter. The orb has several unique qualities that are not well understood. The singularity typically can be found suspended in air by an unseen force. There are also a variety of reading that have been documented coming from the orb itself. Various things like magnetic fields, energy signatures, and other pattern-like signals released by the singularity. The population of these creatures is unknown. Almost all info about the singularity is hidden or confiscated by officials. We were only able to receive one classified document about the singularity being held by marvelous and majestic world that exists today. It's as extraordinary to have such strange and mysterious beings appear all.
Yeah, this is the singularity. This is information you got. I know it's kind of hard to understand it, and so I myself didn't completely understand the singularity. But short story told, there are 7 singularities actually, and these singularities are very, let's just say, really very very happy to interact with electromagnetic devices, so electronic devices like radios and so on, to communicate with each other and with humans actually. This is another story for another videos or for other videos actually, and yeah, you know, it's kind of floating there from an unknown force or unseen force. It's one in all of them are 1 diameter, and actually the ones will produce crows. How? For another video. Okay, guys, I hope you liked the video. Please, if you liked the video, share it with your friends, comment, leave a like, and subscribe, because this motivates me to do more, to do even more videos. And this is a promise from me. I swear on God, I swear on Allah, I will post this video on Sunday. Today I recorded. Today is Friday evening. Actually, yeah, it's Friday evening. It's 6:30 p.m. It's 6:30 p.m. here in Germany. Tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow is. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow I will be editing this video. On Saturday I will even edit it more if I didn't finish it tomorrow. And on Sunday or Saturday I will post it. Okay, guys? Okay, if that's all, I hope you liked the video. And also, I'm very sorry if the resolution of my last video was only full HD, because actually I did it in 1440p, and this is actually a DaVinci Resolve what I used for editing. I made sure that the resolution was 1440p, 27 inch, so 2560 pixels by 1440 pixels. And I will make sure that this video will be in 1440p. And yeah, guys, see you. I wish you understood the 8 entities of Vita Carnis, and see you until the video will be posted. Goodbye. Don't forget to, if you didn't watch my last video, I explained the Baldwin phenomenon, then watch it, guys. It's here, and yeah, my channel is here. Here is my channel. Here's my video, and yeah, see you until the next video. Bye, guys.